Yay.
We're live.
Yes,
we're live.
we
We're
are
live.
live.
Are you live? Are you alive?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Very much so. Yes, after that double shot of espresso. Very much alive.
Very good. So maybe you'll be like a firecracker this morning with all this amazing stuff.
Maybe so.
I think that'll be awesome.
We'll have to see.
Because I should warn you, I've reached my limit on being serious this week.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's every day. So,
all right.
No, nothing's new.
Instead of just acting like a bunch of goons on Instagram and on Facebook, we'd like to tell you who we are.
Yes.
I am Dr. Charlie, the Book Mama.
Stephanie Palmer, the Grammar Queen.
And we're just so proud to be here.
Yes.
All right. And
as your writer's therapist.
Yes. Do you know who I was quoting?
No.
That was Minnie Pearl, y'all. Minnie Pearl.
Here we go.
All right. So I'm starting early today. So we would love for you to like and share, tag somebody who's thinking about writing a book. We'll do everything we can to convince them it's the funnest, most insane thing they've ever done. And
because you're going to work with us.
Because you're going to need a therapist. You're going to need a writer's therapist.
Yes, you will definitely.
So we're really glad to be here. And it's almost Christmas.
It is. Yay.
Yay. I wish that I could say that there's snow on the ground and there are all kinds of things that scream Christmas here in Northeast Texas. And if sunshine and dead leaves are an indicator of Christmas, we've got you covered.
We have the Christmas spirit. So
we do have the Christmas. So I have some Christmas spirit for you.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I peeked at your paper.
Do. Okay, so what do you call Santa Claus with unfolded clothes?
Oh, are you kidding me right now? I have
Chris Wrinkle.
Really? Goofy. Okay, yeah, I was never going to get that one.
What did the gingerbread put on his bed? A cookie sheet.
Seriously. Where did you pull these jokes?
I love these from my BFF Google. Okay. So, all right. So in all seriousness, I have two actual trivia questions for you.
Here we go.
Okay. I think
you always put me on the spot, and I really do not feel I need to know in advance.
Like, you're going to be validated the whole show with your genius. Give me 30 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's from Annie, by the way. Y'all, I love her. I do. I pick on her incessantly, but I do love her. Okay. I'm going to name a Christmas book.
Okay.
And you tell me who wrote it.
I'm not good with authors' names, so.
Well, then do you want me to give you the author's name and see if you can name the book?
If I'm not good with the name, how am I going to know what they wrote? But you could share, and just to be sharing.
A Christmas Carol.
I have no idea. I have no idea who wrote it.
I will give you a hint.
They have a name.
He has a similar name to me.
Charles? No. Charles. I don't. Charles Dickens. I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm holding on to that one. I think
the next one you may have to call a friend.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me some options. Can I get ABC options or something?
No, you can get this one. I know you can. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Oh, that was easy. I did not have to phone a friend.
Oh, my goodness. You are stressing.
I know, because you always put me on the spot.
But you did so good.
Oh, yay. Okay.
50%er. I mean, you did it.
Yeah, there we go.
You did it. I know that you have something more serious you want us to talk about. But
I do, because I know it's Christmas. I know it's that season, but along with Christmas comes another holiday that we celebrate that incorporates a lot of new goals and aspirations that people are looking to achieve in the upcoming year.
Walmart. She's pulling a Walmart on y'all. She's going to put it out there before the current holiday is even passed.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, because I think now is the perfect time to start creating goals.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
You still pulled a Walmart.
Yeah, I did. And I will take that. I will own that. I will own it.
Right?
And what I'm want to be even more specific with goals, and that is writing goals. That's, writing that book, becoming an author. A lot of, times people,
So
wanna get that lined
let's make
out.
sure we clarify the
Yeah.
verbiage. This is about writing down your
Yes.
writing goals.
Yes. And before we share that, giving reasons why people do not write a book. Because if, you use those reasons, excuses not to write a book, then, creating those goals will do nothing for you. So you've got to
That's legit.
eliminate the reasons why you don't write it and then implement goals to achieve becoming an author.
Okay. All right. That's
Can we go
very
with
true. Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So let's talk
Why
about
don't
reasons.
Why don't people write a book?
Number one is self-doubt. They do not believe in themselves. They do not believe in their message. They do not believe that people will read it. And they just have doubt
Right.
all the way around the board.
Okay. All right. What about discouragement from other people?
Yes, I think that goes back to even that doubt. They allow the discouragement of others
Mhm.
to have them doubt themselves because, they think that what someone else shared about, well, you shouldn't write a book, or even how discouragement as far as how other people will feel is, we have people that are,
Yeah.
we just had an author come out that, she shared her story, and there were some events that took place that may have been, traumatizing for others to, perhaps read. So they discourage her from sharing her truth and her story. Thankfully, she didn't fall into that
Right.
category, but you can get discouraged just because people don't want you to tell your story.
They also, just because somebody else doesn't see value in what you have to say doesn't mean it's not valuable.
That's good. Yeah. And that's so true because there is value. Everyone has value, and there is value in everyone's story.
Right. Right.
Yes.
I mean, I might not see value in a book about electrical circuits because I don't do electrical work because I want to live. But the truth of the matter is there are plenty of people, just because I don't find value in that book because I'm not going to purchase it and read it, doesn't mean
Right.
that someone else isn't going to. All right. So never discount that there is an audience for who you're going to write for.
And never let someone else determine your value and the value of your story.
Can you say that again, ma'am?
Never let anyone determine your value and the value of your story.
That's good stuff, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all should quote that.
Yes.
Okay. So what's another reason that people don't write a book?
It goes to with even lining up with goals, lack of discipline. They will not discipline themselves to put in the time, to put in the effort and commit to it. It's
You used the D word.
I did use the D word.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Discipline is a big issue.
It is.
And I mean, I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah,
I
me
am.
too. It's with
Like,
anything.
nobody's throwing stones. Okay. If somebody's pointing at you, they got 3 fingers pointing
Yes.
back at them. Right. So it's the same, but discipline is, and you know what falls under that? Time management.
Absolutely. Yes. It requires, the commitment of time.
She used
for
the
sure.
D word and I used the T word.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all, I just want you to know we know all the other letters in the alphabet too. Okay. What's another reason that people don't write their book?
Lack of knowledge of the process, because it can be overwhelming and daunting. The publishing process, the writing process, all of that. So people just get intimidated, so they won't start.
Right.
And they use it as a way
Right.
to
Right.
keep delaying that book.
So like people who are ignorant of the process, okay, they think, well, I've got to have it all written and it's all got to be perfect, and I'm going to give it to a publishing company, and the next thing I know, I'm going to have a book launch.
And that's not how it goes.
No. And we're not just saying that so that we can validate ourselves as editors. It's because there's actually a part that we play in that process. And we actually help writers walk through and perfect what they have to say.
Yes.
Yes, you will eventually get to a book launch. Yes, you will eventually get to tell all your friends and your family that you're a published author. But there is a process that must take place. And it's with anything in life. There is always a process. Look, even if you get a Happy Meal in less than 5 minutes, there's a process. You got to drive up to the drive-thru. You got to know what you want to order. You got to talk to the lady who can't talk over the little speaker. You got to reinterpret what she said into speaker language. And then you have to move forward to the window. You got to pay. Then you got to get your receipt. Then you got to move up to the second window. Then you got to correct your order because the speaker lady didn't understand what you said. And then, isn't this a lot like writing a book?
Yeah, right.
Yep. Then you got to get leave and find out that you forgot ketchup. Okay. So honestly, I say that like I go through McDonald's drive-thru all the
I'm
time.
sitting here thinking like, you got it down.
I actually don't. It's the same with Starbucks, but yeah.
I was going to
So
say
anyway.
Chick-fil-A, but that process is a whole lot easier.
Oh no, Chick-fil-A.
We are the Chick-fil-A
Woo!
of publishing.
We
right?
are the Chick-fil-A of publishing. But anyway, so it's the process.
Yes.
There's always a process to something, even a Happy Meal.
Yes.
You know, my son worked at McDonald's over this last summer.
That was
One
my
of-
first job.
One of my
McDonald's.
sons, really?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that there's a process even to making
Yes.
a dang hamburger.
Yes.
Like there is a scientific, market research-driven process to making every hamburger. So anyway, there's always a process.
Yes.
Okay, I digress.
Yes, you did, but it's okay.
We've been herding squirrels here this morning.
Yay. Okay, the next one is investment. And you say it, and Darren shares it all the time, investing time and money. There is monetary value that goes into writing a book, and a lot of people want to go figure out the process themselves, and so they do not have to make that investment when they, you would much rather, it would be an easier alternative to invest with someone who's already done it before. But
Yeah.
a lot of times, they want to spend all that time so that they don't have to make the investment. And then what it does is it delays the writing because you're spending more time on trying to figure out what the process is. So you delay getting your book published because you want to figure it out yourself.
Okay, I just want to put in a little sidebar of absolute wisdom.
Okay.
Okay,
Did it come from me? No, just go ahead.
sure, it came from Stephanie Palmer, the grammar queen. Guys, if you are in the process of writing your book, especially your first book, you're still trying to figure out the writing and the editing process. It's like taking on two new careers at the same time
Right.
to try to also figure out the publishing process. Let somebody who knows what they're doing do the publishing part, and you just be the writer and do the writing part.
Yes. Yeah. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank, cash it in, buy
Yeah.
yourself a trip to Vegas.
There you go.
All right. What else? Have we covered them all?
And we kind of talked about it because
lack of
lack of commitment. Like basically, and it goes with anything. You get this bright idea. You feel this story that's burning inside of you. You want to share it. You get the momentum is going, and you don't commit. And without commitment, you will never follow through with anything. So people
Yeah.
like committing, and it goes to the whole discipline piece as well. If you
Yeah.
won't commit, you can't have the discipline. If you won't have the discipline, you'll never commit. So
I could make so many jokes about a lack of commitment.
can you?
I could.
Of course you can.
I will. Yeah, Jesus is telling me be quiet. Moving on.
Got it. The last one,
Fear.
fear. Yeah. Whether that be fear of failure, fear of success, fear altogether, just being terrified to put yourself out there, to be transparent, to be authentic. It is a scary thing. It can be daunting and overwhelming, but a lot of people allow that to hinder them from helping someone else.
Well, I feel like I've heard an acronym for fear before. Frequently experienced apprehensive responses.
I've not heard that one.
Frequently experienced apprehensive response.
I've heard false evidence appearing real, but
well, that's true too. I think I kind of like that one better, but it's true.
Yeah.
Look, if you're afraid that a small group of people might not like your book, that's a small group of people. There's 7.5 billion people on the planet.
right,
What if about 7 billion of them like it?
right.
What if just 700,000 of them like it? You know, what is a small group in number when there's potentially all these people that might really like it? You know, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? You have to decide how you want to live. There's always going to be somebody. Don't do it. You shouldn't. They always live under a rain cloud. Do you know people like that?
I do know people like that.
Y'all, it makes me want to yank my glasses off and make my eyes big. Like, that's what I tell little kids. Like, don't make my eyes get big. You know, it's like you just want to choke them in love and say,
Yes.
God, I just want to squeeze the negativity out of you. Don't let those people steer whether or not you write a book.
Yeah,
That's redunculous.
absolutely.
There's a word.
There you go. So good. Okay, so we talked about the reasons why most people don't write a book.
Right.
But since we are coming onto, the new year, 2021,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the goals, how they can create realistic goals to get that book done.
Okay.
Wherever they are in the process. They may have just had an idea. They may not have an idea. They may be listening to this and realize that, there's a still small voice saying you
Right.
need to share your story. So let's help
Number
those that
one
are-
reason to write a book in 2021, you lived through 2020.
Absolutely. I was going to say that. Yes.
You lived through
yes,
2020.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You can even write a book of what 2020 taught you because there are so many lessons.
Oh, have you seen the new commercial for Match.com?
I have not. I'm married, so I don't need that. But-
I don't. Well, it was a random thing. I just happened to be watching last night. Okay, so you know what Match.com is? They're supposed to match people up,
Correct.
right? Find the love of your life online. The girl's name is 2020, and the guy he's like a demon or it's Satan. It's scary. Like he's big and he's red and he's freaky looking. If Match.com can make 2020 entertaining for your 30-second enjoyment between your mediocre sitcoms, then surely you can write a book following 2020.
Right. Hey, there you go.
I'm sorry, but you did not get matched with 2020. So write your book.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was a squirrel again.
It was, but it's okay.
I told you.
I'm used to you chasing them. I chase them with you. We have fun together. Okay.
Y'all, she keeps me in line.
Yes. Okay, so there is SMART goals, and a lot of times that's what when you're creating goals, you
Yeah.
can go by, use the acronym SMART, but we're going to talk about smarter goals, especially for 2021. So I'm going to just give the acronym and then we can kind of go in.
It's a light from good to great.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's a book in case y'all didn't know.
you're creating your goals, you want to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time. Evaluate your
Like you want to set a time
set a
frame.
time
Like
frame,
you want to
yeah.
frame it in a
Yes.
specific time. Yeah.
Then the ER for smarter goals is evaluate your progress and reward yourself for meeting your goals. So let's talk about it.
Okay. So your goals have to be specific.
Yes.
Write a
absolutely.
book is not specific.
It's not. No.
Mm-mm. No, write a book is not specific. What about measurable? What do you think measurable is? A measurable goal.
Being able to, have a start and a finish, to know that to measure to measure the time and to
Right.
measure the effort and everything else that it's going to be able to take to achieve the goal.
Right. So a really easy, cheesy way that you can measure your goal is I'm going to write a book with 10 chapters about
My story.
About what?
My story.
My story, you know, what I've been through, and it's going to have 10 chapters. Well, write a chapter a week, or write a chapter a month, or, you know, those are measurable goals.
Yes.
They're incremental points
Yes.
where you're actually going to review, have I met my goal?
Right.
Okay.
Achievable.
So it might not be a great goal to say, this year I'm going to write a new 21st century version of Encyclopedia Britannica.
Right. Yeah. Don't do it.
That's not a measurable goal, guys.
Definitely not achievable.
Those encyclopedias were written by way more than one person. Yeah, set yourself reasonable goals.
Yeah, and then even saying, so say you wanna write a book and you wanna base it on word count. You want 100,000 words. Well, you know that you're not going to do that in a week. So don't set yourself up for failure thinking that you're going to get it done in a quicker amount of time than what it really takes.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all, Congress cannot come up with an agreement with 100,000 words in it in a week. You sure can. Okay, moving on. All right. Time bound. Yeah, that's the time framework that we were talking about. If you leave it open, you leave yourself open to failure.
Yeah. Definitely not. And like you say, don't do it within a week span. Create a realistic, and I guess that's the one before or after, whatever. Create the realistic time frame, and then be able to break that goal down. So if you want a book written in a month, you create how many chapters you're going to write and all of that, you'll be able to break that down weekly. Then you'll be able to break it down daily and hourly, whatever that looks like, so that you can commit to that window to get the book done.
I would also like to encourage you, know you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to do this according to who somebody else is.
Right.
Okay. So Stephanie's kids are younger than mine. So how we structure our time for writing may be different.
Absolutely.
At this point, my kids are older and grown. And so I can write at home. The likelihood that Stephanie can write at home is going to be minimal because she has smaller children and they're very demanding. And they
Z is demanding?
In the cutest way ever. Okay? Like irresistibly cuteness.
Yeah. He didn't get that for me, though.
I don't know. I think you're pretty cute.
Oh, I was talking about the demanding.
Demanding. So.
Well, there's my truth online for everyone to know.
So joking. Not. Anyway, so but really, I mean, we have to be realistic about where we are in our lives, who we are as people. Okay, so one of the things that I've gotten to do over the last years, there's some writers who really need to get away. Like there are so many things pulling at them, sucking their time, not just through social media, but in person and in the office and everything else, that I encourage them, take a long weekend or even a week and go find yourself a nice quiet place on the beach or in the mountains or just in a hotel room.
Right.
Wherever you can get away and literally cut the world off and write. Now, it's not going to be very realistic for most people to think that they're going to punch out a book in a week.
Right.
I'm not saying it can't be done.
Right.
But you got to be super gifted.
Yeah. And life is happening in the midst of all of it. So
that's what I'm saying.
Other
you have to know you. I mean, can you say it a better way? I mean,
no, I can't.
I mean, you really have to know you. I'm a mountain girl. If you put me on the beach, all I'm going to be thinking about is the grit and the salt.
Really?
Yes.
I will not judge you for that, but
I grew up on the beach. I know all about the beach. Lots of beaches. But I said beaches. Anyway. Okay, what's the next one? Get me out of that ditch of trouble, please.
I want to just, evaluate your progress. So you will never know where you are with meeting your goal if you never evaluate how, what you've already accomplished to be able to reach the goal.
So would you say accountability is a good way to do that?
Yes, but you're jumping ahead. I have notes for that and you're just not going in order. Just kidding. Go ahead. You're good. Though.
I didn't know that was in your notes.
It
I'm
is.
so
Look,
sorry.
right here. Oh wait, right here.
I really didn't know that was in her
She's
notes.
jumping
y'all.
ahead, but it's okay. She tends to do that every now and then.
I'm an overachiever.
You
what can
are
I
all the
say?
way, all the way.
Okay, go for it.
Well, and then after evaluating, reward yourself. Reward yourself with, maybe to go get your nails done, or maybe to, take a spa day or something once you achieve. Now, that doesn't mean after every chapter you do
Right.
that, but at least, at least halfway, or once you've, submitted your rough draft for editing, let that be, something to achieve, because that's a great accomplishment to be able to make it that far.
Right. Right.
So,
Okay.
and three ways that I want to talk about how you can track your goals are by word count, project, or deadline. You want to be able to, so if you want to meet a word count, do that. Project, everyone always has more than one book in them. But we discourage writing multiple books at one time. So complete one project before you begin another one. That doesn't mean that you don't take notes, or at least, share what you want to write next, but go ahead and finish that first book. Because we have a lot of people come in and say, well, I have 4 books and, none of them are finished. Well, start with one, finish that one, and then go on to the next one. And then, of course, creating that deadline, which is even, with the timepiece of knowing I want to have my rough draft completed by X date.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 3 ways that you can achieve those writing goals.
Right. And those are really important, guys. I mean, knowing that deadline, it helps keep things in perspective.
Yes. Yeah.
And I won't say the accountability word there. I'm going to wait.
Yeah, you are. You're so patient. Look at you. Okay. So I want to just even talk about some other. Yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But keeping your why in mind is what's going to help you achieve these goals. Keeping your why, and we talk about that all the time. If your why is to make money, guess what? That's probably not a great why. You really want to go internally and look at why you're writing it. So if whether it be for business, whether it be for ministry, whether it be, to just, therapy, to just share your story and get it out, whatever that why is, keep it in mind, because that will help you reach and complete your book. Okay.
So are you currently writing another book?
I have paused because I'm working on other people's projects, and I like to implement that work on one project at a time. So if I know that I'm writing and helping someone else finish their book, as far as ghostwriting or, whatever that looks like, I want to finish that, because I do not want my thoughts to cross paths. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So yeah, but as soon as this one is done, then, definitely for 2021, I am looking at what my goals are going to be, because I have one that I have put on the shelf, no pun intended, for probably a year and a half.
She's got jokes, y'all.
Yeah. So
she's got jokes.
So I definitely want to incorporate.
I can't talk about accountability, but she's got jokes.
We're going to let you talk about it in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. What's another way that you'll be able to achieve your goals?
Committing to the plan.
Yes. So
write a contract with yourself.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Y'all do that. Definitely. That's good.
Yeah. So y'all know I'm a Bible girl, like through and through, like don't apologize for it. And Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision down on tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that Habakkuk was a publisher. It's just come to me, that revelation, write the vision down on tablets. So maybe Habakkuk was the first writer's therapist.
Oh, could have been.
Anyway,
there you go.
Write it down, commit to it.
Have you done that?
Have I written it down?
That you're going to write a book?
Oh, I am writing a book.
Right. But have you written it down that you're writing the book? Have you made yourself a contract?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't made myself a contract. No.
Put that on your list.
Don't preach my words at me.
I'm going to do that.
Gosh, thought my kids are like the only people allowed to do that.
Well, I just did it. So
yeah, she did.
We can write a contract together. Like I can
that's
write mine, you can write yours.
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. I would tell you what
We
that
can hold
would
each other accountable.
Y'all, she used the word. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I need coffee. Go ahead.
Okay, and this is another one that you talked about is eliminating the distractions when writing. So that may
Yeah.
mean putting your phone down. Stop trying to check social media every 5 minutes. Quit looking for another email to respond to.
Leaving Zion with his grandmother.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No. Yes. Yeah. Being able to.
Y'all, he's so
just-
cute,
yes.
and he gives the best hugs.
Yes, he does. Both of my boys give
Both
great
of the
hugs.
boys do, yes.
But just really, letting go of anything that is going to hinder you from writing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it can be anything. It could be your dog. If your dog is a high maintenance dog, it could be, they exist.
I'm
They
sure they
exist.
do.
And if your dog is high maintenance, it's going to keep you distracted and you're not going to be able to write, then maybe it's time to find a doggy sitter. But you've got to know you, and you've got to know your circumstances and your details. If you have a wife or a husband, a significant other that is every 2 hours texting, calling, expecting responses, you might want to have a little chat over a nice dinner where you prepare them for your writing time
There you
and
go.
say, this is me and this is my writing time, and you're not going to get me right then.
And I will say too, and this, I guess it's realistic. It's not necessarily negative, but a lot of times we use our distractions to procrastinate.
Oh, yeah.
And you allow those distractions to remain there because you know that will be a way that you say that you didn't get it done. And we've had plenty of authors, even through accountability.
You sound like a therapist, right?
Do I? Well, there we go. Hey, point proven. Okay. No, but I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Basically, you allow the distractions to be there so that you can procrastinate. You can put it off. We talk to authors all the time. Well, this happened, that happened, and I didn't get it done. You're not allowing.
I'm so guilty of that.
Yes, and even if you do, and the thing is, you don't have to write. You don't have to have a 2-hour writing window. Do 20 minutes a day. Get up 20 minutes earlier or stay up 20 minutes later, or find I work through my creative window. So I know when I am most creative, and that's typically between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's when I'm most creative. Now there's some times where I can get a creative bug in the evening, but typically from 10 to 2 is when I'm most creative. That's when the coffee has kicked in. That's when I may have had a morning snack. So I know that I'm able to work my best within that window of time. So that's when I want to really utilize it and do my writing.
And mine's at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'm gonna let you have all of that. You can keep the dark and the cold and all that. Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah, it is. It's not always dark by about 6, But I'm just saying, I'm an early morning person, and so that's when my juices flow the best. So I can literally roll out of bed, get a cup of coffee, and get on a computer. Like that's just me.
Don't rub that off on me.
Yeah.
Rub some of that. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the one you've been wanting to talk about, and it's that accountability piece. So
It's not that I want to talk about it. It's that I need to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Confessions of a true editor.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So accountability. So it's hard when you don't have accountability to keep writing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm so guilty of that. So guilty of that because, I write and I'll be doing really good, but then this happens or, those distractions come up and then you can use them as excuses. And Stephanie has said some really great things of what we call truth bombs, that are really real. But then where's that accountability? Where's somebody stepping in and saying, hey, and so that accountability really matters. You've got to pick that person who is, I love the term velvet hammer.
Yes. And
it's somebody that's going to be a velvet hammer. Yes, baby, I'm so sorry that all 3 of your neighbors had COVID. That is bad. That is not good. Why couldn't you write?
Yeah. That tough love is very, very
you
important.
need that. You need somebody who's going to do that for you. Yeah.
So who's doing that for you?
Don't you have another point to make?
I'm just asking.
I was confessing already that that's an issue for me. I really
Okay.
don't have anybody to do that
So
for me.
so I
I
really,
could tell my husband, and you know what he'd say? You sure right, baby. Get her done.
Okay. Well, you're putting something. You're making me think. I think somebody in the office could possibly help hold you accountable.
Okay.
We'll see who that's going to be. Though.
All right.
I'm going to put a name on it later. Okay. So, like she said, you can hold yourself accountable, but it's better to have someone else because they're not having the same experiences as you. They're not doing the same things as you are, and they're not living their life with you. So to have someone from the outside come in and say, hey, why didn't you get this done? What can we do different? What can you do different this upcoming week to make sure that you meet those goals? And really, have someone probe you. Writers therapists are great for that as well. To be able to
Self-proclaimed, of
yes,
course.
of course, yes. To be able to help you get from A to B, because if you're only relying on yourself, then you haven't gotten it done. By this point, you may need someone to hold that hand with you to help you accomplish
And
that.
accountability is not once every 6 weeks checking in
Right.
with you.
Weekly accountability is really
Weekly
good.
accountability is really
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
So, that's a process that we have here at Self-Publish in 30 Days is we actually check in with our authors on a weekly basis.
Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes it's just to tell them what point their book is in process. But at other times, it's actually accountability.
Yeah.
And I have people who thank me for that.
Yes.
They're like, thank you for holding me accountable, because I know every Thursday at 4:00 you were going to call me and I'm going to have to give you an answer.
Right. Yes. Yes. And it's encouragement. It's not necessarily because we
not
talk about
critical.
Yeah, we talk about this being ministry because we're actually encouraging you. We're helping you. And then there's been times where some authors are just to get to the point where they're, I'm stuck, I can't do it. Well, you know what? Hey, pass it to me. Let me look at it. Let me be able to redirect your focus and give it back to you so that you can continue, instead of you holding on to it week after week after week after we have these calls and you're not completing anything. You haven't looked at it. You haven't touched it in weeks. So instead of you having it on your computer, send it to us. Let us review it. Let us be able to give you that push forward. And it may just be exactly what you need to get over that finish line. And then that momentum will pick right back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So prioritizing your
Accountability.
What?
I just wanted to say it one more time.
You go right on ahead. People call it to-do list. I don't like to-do lists. I like accomplished lists. What will I accomplish today? Because to-do list to me just seems like you've got to do it or you're not accomplished. Me, I want to be able to know that each thing that I check off my list is an accomplishment. So making sure that you prioritize your accomplished list. Choose 1 to 3 things that you are going to do as far as writing, whether it be for the day or the week. And make sure that you get those done and know that you cannot do anything else or move on to the next steps until you have completed those tasks.
I really admire you for that, because that's 8 more letters than to-do list. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. But I don't just to-do list they overwhelm me.
It's okay. It's however it molds and shapes with your psyche.
Yeah,
that's totally cool.
Yeah.
Is it okay with you if I have a to-do list?
You can have your to-do list.
Yeah, I've been writing a to-do list for 40 plus years. I'm pretty stuck with it. That's one of those things this old dog probably ain't gonna change.
But and really it's the same thing, but I just like to.
Yeah, no, it is. But I love that, an accomplished list. So sometimes we have task lists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's really good to do that. And it helps you. So so you have to know how you're going to accomplish something, right?
Right.
All right. So I have a process at home.
Okay.
In cleaning my house.
Well, share that. I may need to take notes for this. Go ahead.
Because y'all, can I just confess to you, I don't like to clean. I can find 10,000 things to do other than clean my house. But I don't like a dirty house either. And so I give myself commercials. I'm actually not a big television watcher.
Yeah, me either.
Okay. But I will find one that I can watch, even if it's on Hulu or Netflix or something or whatever. And and the minute the commercial comes on, I jump up and I accomplish as much as I can in between the segments.
That's good.
And then it happens faster. I'm focused on it. I'm going to do it right then. And sometimes I find that I'm motivated enough to finish tasks that I'm working on while the television's going, and so I won't go back to it. But there's something about that time frame that I will jump up and I'll sweep, or and then I'll jump up and then I'll mop, or then I'll jump up and I'll dust, or I'll jump up and I'll clean the bathroom, or something like that.
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
You can do the same thing with writing.
Yeah, you so could do the same thing with writing. And now, like nowadays, commercials are really extended, so you could probably get more done than what you think.
Yeah, it's like having a mini series in the middle of your sitcom.
Yeah. When you watch Match.com commercials and be able to remember them and recite them.
That was so wrong. I'm sorry. That's just so wrong. It was pretty genius, but it was so wrong.
Okay. So in closing, it takes baby steps, determination, and a positive mindset to get your book completed. And that's really with any goal, but we're really focusing.
No stinking thinking.
Yeah, none.
It's not allowed.
You've got to have a positive mindset, and you have to be determined to know that once you have, like she said, once you write the goal down, that you commit to it, you complete it. And it's just from start to finish that you know that you've got to get it done and quit putting it off, because ultimately you could be delaying someone else's healing by not sharing your story. You could be delaying, someone getting the answer that they need to their business by not sharing your story. Or not sharing the information that you have, because while there's nothing new under the sun, there's somebody that you're connected to, or that your book can connect you to, that you will benefit. And at the end of the day, that's the reason why I wrote the book that I wrote. And, even I did the co-author pieces, but even Diary of an Entrepreneur's Wife, it's because I knew that there had to have been some entrepreneurs' wives out there at some point, and my story can help benefit what they have experienced and gone through. So you keep that in mind and be determined to finish it.
That's right. Yeah. Man, we've covered a lot.
We have. So we need to get to writing, for real. It just it encourages, and it's inspiration for us, right? Because, we need to implement these same things. And as long as we know that we're implementing these, we'll get that book done.
Right. And so as you go into the new year, guys, just be thinking about what it is you want to accomplish. Think about the things, go back and think about the things that we've talked about setting a framework for time, setting a writing time, how you're going to accomplish it, having accountability, setting up your goals, all the things that we've talked about, and make it happen for you.
Yeah.
Make it happen for you. Stephanie's not going to do it for you. She'll walk through it with you, but she's not going to do it for you.
Yes.
I'm not going to do it for you. I'll walk through it with you, but I'm not going to do it for you.
Yes. And it's a greater achievement when you know that you've done it for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Before we segue into the end, I do want to say, if you are having trouble creating those writing goals, if you are having trouble with figuring out what it is that you need to write about, what type of story that you need to have as far as the B-Square method, the book to business, so that you can utilize it for other opportunities, reach out to us, connect with us. We would love to help you, even, just kind of brain dump and get those thoughts out there so that you can writing goals, so that you can achieve writing a book for 2021.
Yep. And, guys, if you need a resource to kind of help you get started, I would suggest you visit our website. There are resources there that will help you. We have many other writers therapy sessions that you can go back and listen to on our YouTube page, and they will help you with the process of writing an outline, figuring out who your audience is, all those different things. And we might laugh and cut up a little bit in the meantime. So hopefully it won't be too dull. All right. I'm not sure dulls. Yeah. We don't like that word.
Yeah, we are not dull.
All right. So I am Dr. Charlie, the Book Mama.
Stephanie Palmer, the Grammar Queen.
And we are so glad you joined us today. See you next week.
Bye.